The Laboratory of Applied Linguistics at Konstantin Preslavsky University of Shumen is a technological partner in the national consortium CLADA-BG. Among the main tasks of the team, led by Professor Dimitar Popov, is the creation of a useful website of electronic resources which can facilitate the work of modern researchers. The main focus of these demonstrations is on the first Bulgarian child's corpus, the Bulgarian labeling corpus, and the first Bulgarian web-based system for presenting and studying word associations called Lablas. The first Bulgarian corpus of child language, the Bulgarian labeling corpus, is one of the main contributions to the extremely easy-to-use interactive platform for studying language interaction, TalkBank. This extremely rich resource contains resources related to more than 34 languages. Thousands of researchers have contributed to the compilation of the data in the platform. An important part of this system is ChildIS, the domain which comprises ontogenetic data. Where in ChildIS can we find the Bulgarian corpus? We enter the corpora databases where we can see a wide variety of languages in the free access resources which are related to them. Among the language with the rich typological variety are the Slavic languages. In the Slavic collection, which comprises data from languages such as Croatian, Czech, Polish, Russian, Serbian, Slovenian, in 2023 was published the final version of the Bulgarian corpus. We choose the Slavic collection. The menu contains general information about each Slavic language. We choose the Bulgarian labeling corpus, and what we can see is the detailed information about this corpus, which comprises two types of data: longitudinal data from 5 Bulgarian children from their early childhood, and the data from the narratives of 127 children, which are described in great detail and divided into several groups. Now we're going to focus on the properties of one of these corpora, the Bulgarian labeling corpus. In this demo, we will try to show that the corpus did not appear as a result of a fleeting fad. Rather, it is a product which provides a new standard which ensures comfort and convenience for the researchers who use it. The placing of the transcript in a common universal form, the so-called chat format, enables researchers to compare transcripts in different languages. In addition, they are supplemented by a package of computer programs, CLAN, which increase the options for different types of analysis of the phonetic, morphological, syntactic, and semantic aspects of child language. How do we work with this corpus? We choose the trajectory browsable transcripts. Then we have to choose one of the two types of corpora, the longitudinal or the narrative. Now we choose the longitudinal subcorpus of Bulgarian child language data. Next, we choose a child. They are indicated by a 3-letter code. We choose the little girl Simona, Sim. Next, we choose a specific transcript on which we're going to try and demonstrate how the corpus works. We choose from the rich menu of speech data produced by the child SIM a transcript in which we have the speech production of the child when she was 1 year, 5 months, and 16 days old. The metadata for this transcript immediately appear in the sidebar. The data include not only the speech production of the child in focus, but also those of her mother and her grandmother, marked by the corresponding 3-letter codes. The fact that the data for all participants in the interaction are included is extremely useful for the later analysis, because the childish system creates conditions for examining the speech products not only of the child, who is the subject of research, but also of the other participants in the communication. This functionality of the childish system makes it possible to collect sufficient data which can be processed and analyzed for a further in-depth study of the specific speech register used by adults when speaking to children, the so-called baby talk, which children can use as a source for the so-called positive data, which are the basis for the acquisition of the respective language, in our case, the Bulgarian language. Below this metadata, which appear at the beginning of the document, the transcript itself is available to the user. Let us imagine that our task is to study the way a person uses modal verbs. In this case, it will be of interest to us to observe the frequency of the verb трябва, must, within this active speech interaction. We choose the fric command from the command menu and then enter the corresponding formula. The result of the automatic processing of information appears in the field next to the list of transcripts. Of course, the girl Sim can be replaced in the formula by the person Plamena, Pla, who is the girl's mother, so that the speech behavior of this adult can be observed, and more specifically, the use of the verb трябва, must, in her speech. In the field, we can immediately see the results about the frequency of the use of the verb трябва, must, in the speech of the child's mother. If the child's other siblings are involved in the speech interaction, especially if they're older than the research child, they could also be studied in this way. The only thing we need to do is to enter the 3-letter code of the other child, who takes part in the interaction, in the command field, instead of the code of the first child. The study of the child's siblings' speech, especially if the siblings are older than the child, is extremely important because they influence the rate and the manner of language acquisition by the child who is in the focus of research. The publication of the Bulgarian data of children's speech on the Childish platform provides an opportunity for researching the Bulgarian language in an optimal working environment, characterized by free access to a variety of data, as well as a package of computer programs through which huge empirical data can be processed statistically. At the same time, Childish offers one of the optical electronic formulas in modern corpus linguistics, enabling a multimodal, integrated, multifaceted representation of human speech behavior, which is a guarantee for obtaining objective results since it provides an opportunity to observe the studied phenomena simultaneously from different points of view. With the help of CHILDIS, the speech behavior of the studied children can be presented in a multimodal perspective. The unified annotation of the extralinguistic data that accompany the speech of the observed children, as well as the continuous mode of connection between the transcripts and the corresponding audio files, create opportunities and perspectives not only for isolated research of the selected linguistic phenomena, but also for their overall comprehensive study in the dynamic mode of speech communication. This innovative system for the integrated presentation of speech data is applicable to the presented Bulgarian corpus with children's speech, as far as the majority of the specific transcripts are accompanied by audio files. So, at a next stage of system development, they could be synchronized, which would visualize the executable audio file in its audible real-time sound implementation in sonic mode, displayed as an oscillogram at the bottom of the CLAN program window, as demonstrated in the provided sample, which presents an audio transcription in sonic mode. The possibility of repeated audio reconstruction of any fragment of the transcripts from the corpus guarantees a full and adequate analysis in the research process of such complex linguistic phenomena and categories, for the interpretation of which intonation is important, as well as the phonetic side of the children's speech. In this regard, one of the advantages of CHILDIS should be noted, namely, the interoperability of its CLAN software package with other speech processing systems such as PRAT, Exmeralda, Phone, etc.